This channel is specially made for those who are passionate about art and architecture, and who love to see how architectural design can become a part of our daily lives. If you're one of those people, this video is made just for you. Let's start with some stunning views of the museum, where you'll see a unique architectural design stretching across the Randselva River in Norway. Can a building be both a bridge and a museum at the same time? Here is the museum we'll explore today, The Twist, a masterpiece of contemporary architecture. It is located in Kistefos Sculpture Park in Jevnaker, Norway, about an hour north of Oslo. The park features sculptures by world-renowned artists like Anish Kapoor and Olafur Eliasson. The park was established in the late 1990s around a historic paper mill. In 2019, The Twist was inaugurated, designed by the Bjarke Ingels Group, adding a remarkable architectural element to the site. The park spans a large area and is distinguished by its unique natural beauty, as it is located near the Randselva River, enhancing the aesthetic appeal of the sculptures scattered throughout the park. This harmony between the sculptures and the surrounding nature offers visitors a stunning visual experience, with the movement between the sculptures reflecting the interaction between art and the environment. One of the park's most prominent features is the Twist Museum, which serves as a significant architectural addition to the site. The museum's design creatively integrates with the park as it spans over the river, connecting both riverbanks. This makes the park not just a place for art, but a holistic experience that brings together nature, art, and architecture in one location.
In our search for a site, we came further and further away from the old mill because we somehow didn't want to compete with history and heritage. And ultimately we found that, and we kept going closer and closer to the water, because from the water you had a more incredible view of the river and of the mill. And eventually it just became clear to us that by spanning the river, we could transform the two sides into one continuous journey. And it just felt like everything was very simple. And you can say at that point, the whole project became about bringing together opposites, bringing together the two sides of the river, bringing together the mountain and the forest, and then of course the idea of the two galleries, the introverted and the extroverted, the vertical and the horizontal, and joining those two created the gesture of the building that then, as a consequence, made it feel like a sculpture. Yeah, I think what we've done is also, of course, we've been working with William Flatmo and Kristen to ensure that it functions as a kunsthal, like as a gallery. And I think the basic idea that the big vertical space is introverted, it has no daylight, it has no view. That means that you can control the lighting conditions much more accurately there. And then you have the more sort of panoramic room with side light that also has the interaction with the nature as part of it. And then of course between the two, you have this third room, which is neither introverted nor extroverted. It's neither vertical nor horizontal. It's the twist. It's a space where wall becomes ceiling, becomes floor. And that space, of course, represents a challenge to the curators, a challenge to the artists. But it also, even if you sort of leave it empty, it becomes a transition, almost like a pause. Instead of a wall, you have a space that connects the two rooms.
The main idea. The museum is not just a space for art exhibitions. It also functions as a bridge connecting the two banks of the Randselva River, completing the cultural pathway in the park. The twisted design at the center creates a visually striking experience for visitors. The museum has a dual character. One part is horizontal and open, reflecting the fluidity of the interior spaces, while the other part is more enclosed and compact, creating a balance within the design. The twist in the middle represents the concept of openness and enclosure at the same time, allowing visitors to transition between contrasting environments. Total area, 155,000 square inches. Length, 2,362.2 inches. The 90-degree twist at the center enables a seamless transition between the two riverbanks. This dynamic design makes the building appear as an integrated sculptural piece. The twisted shape also creates an immersive space where visitors feel like they are in a continuously shifting environment that blends openness and structure. Materials used. The exterior is clad in aluminum, while the interior features curved wooden panels, creating a striking contrast between inside and outside. This design enhances visitors' experience, allowing them to observe the difference between the rigid external facade and the warmer, more natural interior. Interaction with nature. Large glass windows provide panoramic views of the river and surrounding forest, making the building feel like an extension of the natural landscape. Entry and flow. Visitors enter from one side and exit from the other, creating a linear exhibition pathway that makes exploring the museum an engaging experience. Movement inside the museum constantly shifts due to the twisted design, which creates a contrast between open and enclosed areas. Art exhibitions. The museum hosts contemporary art exhibitions that change regularly, ensuring that visitors have a new experience each time they visit. The interior spaces are highly flexible, allowing for adaptable exhibition layouts that suit different art displays. Interaction with the environment. Natural light filters through the large windows, creating an ever-changing atmosphere in the exhibitions depending on the time of day and weather conditions. These environmental changes significantly impact how artworks are perceived, enhancing the connection between visitors and the surrounding nature. The paper mill and why the museum was built away from it. The historic paper mill in Kistefos Sculpture Park is a key part of Norway's industrial heritage. Before the area became a cultural site, the mill played a vital role in the region. Originally established in the 19th century, the mill was used to grind wood into pulp for paper production, an essential part of the traditional paper industry. At its peak, it was an economic hub, providing jobs for locals and contributing to the area's development. Over time, as industries evolved, the paper mill lost its original function. However, instead of demolishing it, it was preserved as an important historical and architectural landmark. When Kistefos Sculpture Park was developed, it was crucial not to overshadow the mill's historical significance. That's why the twist was positioned away from it, to maintain a balance between past and present. Additionally, the museum's location over the Randselva River was a deliberate choice. Architects took advantage of the natural elevation differences between the riverbanks to create the museum's distinctive twisted design. This interaction between the building and nature enhances its visual impact, making the museum itself a living piece of art that changes with light and weather conditions. Its reflections on the water add to the scenery, making it an immersive experience for visitors. In this way, the twist bridges the gap between art, nature, and history. It is not just a bridge over the river, but also a symbolic connection between the area's industrial past and the future of modern architecture and contemporary art. What do you think about this blend of art, architecture, and history? Do you believe preserving old buildings alongside modern designs adds aesthetic value, or should contemporary architecture be entirely separate from the past? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in architecture.